Hey everybody, this is Popeye here with the KelTec PF9. Just do a safety check here. Empty. This is going to be a short video because there's nothing special, not a whole lot of detail to go into about this gun. I got it brand new out the door for about $269 at a local place. I know some people, depending on where you live, get them for about $300 to $350. They're that price because there's nothing special. The fit and finish isn't the best. It's not a nice polished gun like some other ones are, because this is meant to be an entry level, dirty. You don't care. It's like an old beater car. You don't care if you scratch it or if you hurt it, because this thing is meant to be thrown around, but yet to be reliable. I've fed 2 magazines to it so far. I have done little Federal cheapy rounds here. I think they're 115 grain. I think it's like $11 or $12 box at Walmart. And then I was looking for the Hornady Critical Defense, which I live out in the middle of nowhere, couldn't find it. So I could find the zombie round, which is the same exact thing. I think the only difference is that little green tip there. The Critical Defense, I think they're red, if I'm not mistaken. And they've fed both types just fine. I haven't had any issues with the magazine release, shooting it or at any other time. I mean, and I've held it both ways. I've held it, I typically hold it with 2 fingers on the grip and 1 underneath it, just because I've got big fingers, big hands. But I can, if I really wanted to, if I got the grip even higher, I could put 3 fingers on the grip if I really wanted to. But I don't really want to. I haven't had any issues with it. I mean, it ejects just fine and it doesn't do it on its own. I guess I'm just one of the lucky ones. I guess the only real problems I could foresee is in the future. This recoil spring guide is plastic. I'll probably replace it in the future with a metal one. I think you can get those straight from KelTec, or you can probably get them on Midway or Gunbroker or wherever. So I'll probably do that. Cleaning this thing is easy, but the only thing I can say is getting this little tab back in is a bit of a pain in the ass. It's easy to get out. You just use the edge of a shell casing if you want, or you probably use I wouldn't suggest a screwdriver or nothing, but you probably use a penny or something. But yeah, I use an empty shell. It works just fine. Getting it back in is a pain in the ass because it's got a pretty heavy spring on it. And to get that thing back in is just, you got to line it up perfectly, and it's a pain in the butt. But again, cheap gun, can't really expect a whole lot of good stuff. Double action, trigger only. I believe KelTec says it's 5 pounds. It's I don't have any problems carrying it around with around in the chamber and worrying about it being safe. That's the only safety you really got, is a long trigger pull. I'm a firm believer in keeping around in the chamber, so it helps keep me feeling a little bit more comfortable. Nothing polished, not even the barrel or anything. Just only thing different it's got is this little Hogue grip on there, which I had to do a little bit of modification right at the magazine release, just so I didn't accidentally push on it. But other than that, it fits it pretty great. As far as holsters, there's a couple of generic ones. I've got this little brown leather one that I got from Barshany Leather. I got it off of eBay, but you can also go to BarshanyLeatherHolsters.com, I think it is. They make a lot of general stuff that fits a few different guns. This one, it fits kind of loosely, but it was made for a different gun. It was made for a full-size frame compact gun, which I'm going to do a review on before too long. And then I've also got this Black Hawk from I got it at Bass Pro Shop this weekend in Tennessee, because my local Walmart didn't have them. They just have like pocket holsters, which I have, but my wife has her Walther PK 380 in it in her purse right now, so I can't really bust it out and show you. But it fits this in the waistband holster. It's number 7. I guess you can go to blackhawk.com. I'm sure you can probably get them on eBay. Like I said, I got mine at Bass Pro Shop. Fits it fine. I mean, it's not a perfect fit. There is maybe just a tiny bit of play in there, but for the most part, it's almost feels like it was made for it. If you really get bored and in your anal, yes, I said anal. You could probably put a few more stitches in there, but with the material you probably want to put some sort of a cloth with the stitches. I may or may not do it, don't know. It works fine, so I'm not really that worried about it. Other than that, great little gun, cheap price, entry-level gun that'll help save your life. Especially if you're one of the lucky ones that doesn't have any issues with theirs. Obviously, fire it first. Check it out before you even decide to try to protect your life with it. Because if you don't fire the gun and test fire it first, well, you probably shouldn't be carrying a concealed weapon anyways. So maybe you need to carry a butter knife or something. So other than that, great little gun. Hadn't had any issues with it. Hope to never have any issues with it. And it's a great little light, extremely thin 9mm.